Lynne Tolley is in the kitchen from Miss Mary Bobo's down in Lynchburg, and we're glad to have you with us as always, especially when you're giving us a dinner time solution that's just a one-pot meal. It sounds so easy and so good.
And you know, so many times with your slow cooker, they say to brown the meat or brown the onions or, you know, so we're not doing any of that. You just put it all in and walk away.
Isn't that nice? So what we're doing is called?
It's slow cooker whiskey chicken.
Nice.
And the sauce is just delicious.
Okay.
Now I'm using boneless, skinless chicken thighs.
I don't know that I knew you could buy chicken thighs that were boneless and skinless.
And then, you know, there'll be a little bit of fat on there, Meryl. I do take that off because it's... You
don't need that.
No. It's just going to solidify in your when you're cooking and render out. So I'm going to put our chicken thighs right in the slow cooker. Again, don't have to brown them or anything. Just
and that's about 3 pounds of chicken thighs?
3 pounds will give you about 8 chicken thighs, which is good. Now, let's make our cooking liquid. If you'll help me with that. We're going to start out with a 1/4 cup of ketchup.
Okay.
Just get that in there. Really good.
Always makes such a nice sound, doesn't it?
I know, isn't that awful? And about a 1/4 cup of soy sauce.
So this has a bit of an Asian flair to it, right?
It does. Let me tell you about the Asian part is ginger. So I know people may be scared of ginger, but just buy it in the grocery store. It comes, it's very cheap.
That's fresh ginger as opposed to the ground.
You could use the ground, but the fresh is better. So all you have to do is just peel off the outside layer, that
the skin,
thick part, and then with your rasp, you just grate it up. And we don't need a lot. It's about 1/2 teaspoon. So I did that ahead of time. I just wanted to show everybody how easy that was.
Okay.
4 cloves of garlic that are minced.
Oh, nice. That's going to be real garlicky, isn't it?
Well, it cooks, you know, it cooks and gets much milder.
Sounds good to me.
Let's do 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 1/4 cup of brown sugar. So you think it's going to be sweet, but there's enough savory in here that it does not turn out to be that way. About a 1/3 cup of apple juice. Now, let me give you a little tip on honey. It calls for 2 tablespoons of honey. So you know you don't want the honey to stick to your tablespoon. Take a little vegetable spray, and then when you pour your honey in there, it will plop right out.
Well, isn't that smart?
So you put it in there, and it just slides right out. Isn't that easy?
The great things you learn on Talk of the Town. I love that.
A few little tips every now and then. So a couple of tablespoons of honey. We're going to put a little red pepper flake. So let's do about a 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes.
Okay.
And we've left our whiskey out, so let's put a 1/4 cup of Jack Daniel in there. That makes it really good, and it smells so good cooking. And then let's put a little water in there. So about a 1/4 cup of water. And that's it, Meryl. So now we take this, pour it over our raw chicken. If you want to cook it quickly, it'll cook in 3 hours on high. If you want to cook it slowly, 6 to 7 hours. Now, when it's cooked, you take the liquid that's in the slow cooker and pour it into a saucepan that's and then we're going to put a little cornstarch in it, a little fresh garlic, and stir it until it's nice and thickened. And there you go. You're going to pour that over your chicken and serve it over rice. It's delicious.
And look at what the finished product looks like.
Put a little green onion on top of it to make it pretty. So y'all come see us in Lynchburg.
It smells fantastic too. Lynne, thank you so much. Always so nice to see you. This is recipe number 5421. It's online now in the Talk of the Town recipes section at newschannel5.com.